Okay. Hare Krishna. Tvam atmanatmanam avi amukatra parasya pumsha paramatmana kalam kalam ajam prajatam jagata sivaya tan mahanubhava vyudayo iganyatam.
Your goodness has perfect vision. You yourself can know the supersoul personality of Godhead because you are present as the plenary portion of the Lord. Although you are birthless, you have appeared on this earth for the well-being of all people. Please, therefore, describe the transcendental pastimes of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, more vividly.
Idam hi pumsastapasa shuddhasya va svishtasya suktasya cha buddhi datayo avikyata artha kavipi nirupito yad uttam sloka gunanuvarnanam.
Learned circles have positively concluded that the infallible purpose of the advancement of knowledge, namely austerities, study of the Vedas, sacrifice, chanting of hymns, and charity, culminates in the transcendental descriptions of the Lord, who is defined in choice poetry.
Aham puratita bhava bhavam mune tasyastu kasyachana vedavadinam nirupito balaka eva yoginam sushushane pravrishe nirvivek satam.
O Muni, in the last millennium, I was born as the son of a certain maidservant engaged in the service of Brahmanas who were following the principles of Vedanta. When they were living together during the 4 months of the rainy season, I was engaged in their personal service.
I think it's loading, Mataji. One moment, please.
Okay. Text 24. Dame apakila japalera prakvake tantadrata kritanake nuvartine chakru prapam yadyapi tulya darshana sushusamne munayo lapavasini.
Although they were impartial by nature, those followers of the Vedanta blessed me with their causeless mercy. As far as I was concerned, I was self-controlled and had no attachments for sports, even though I was a boy. In addition, I was not naughty. I did not speak more than required.
Uchishtalepan anumodito divjaya sakratsma bhuje tad apashta kilbishiha evam pravatasya vishuddha chetasas तद्धर्मा एवत्मा रुचि प्रजायते.
Once only by their permission, I took the remnants of their food, and by so doing, all my sins were at once eradicated. Thus being engaged, I became purified in heart, and at that time the very nature of the transcendentalist became attractive to me.
तत्रान्वहं कृष्णकथा प्रागयातम् अनुग्रहेण श्रवणं मनोहर ताशद्दाये मेनुपादं विश्रन्वतः प्रियश्रव्यस्य अङ्ग ममत्भवद्रुचिः.
O Vyasadeva, in that association and by the mercy of those great Vedantists, I could hear them describe the attractive activities of Lord Krishna, and thus listening attentively, my taste for hearing of the personality of Godhead increased at every step.
तस्मिंस्तदा लब्धरुचिर्महामाते प्रियश्रवस्य अश्हलिता मातेर्मम ययाहम् एतत् सत् असत् स्वमायाया पश्यमाहि ब्रह्मणि कल्पितं परे.
O great sage, as soon as I got a taste of the personality of Godhead, my attention to hear of the Lord was unflinching. And as my taste developed, I could realize that it was only in my ignorance that I had accepted gross and subtle coverings, for both the Lord and I are transcendental.
Itam sarat prashikavriduhara Vishnavatu menu savam yasomalam Sankirtyamanam munibir mahatmabir Bhakti pravratatma rajastamupaha.
Thus, during 2 seasons, the rainy season and autumn, I had the opportunity to hear these great-souled sages constantly chant the unadulterated glories of the Lord Hari. As the flow of my devotional service began, the coverings of the modes of passion and ignorance vanished.
Tasyavam menuraktasya Prashritasya hatena saha Shraddhanasya balasya Dantasya nujarasya cha.
Very much attached to those sages, I was gentle in behavior, and all my sins were eradicated in their service. In my heart, I had strong faith in them. I had subjugated the senses, and I was strictly following them with body and mind.
Jnanam guyatamam yattat shaksat bhagavatoditam anvavochan gamishyantaha krapaya dinavatsalaha.
As they were leaving, those Bhaktivedantas were very kind to poor-hearted souls, instructed me in the most confidential subject, which is instructed by the personality of Godhead himself.
Yanevaham bhagavato vasudevasya vedasaha mayanubhavam avitam yena gachanti tatpadam.
By that confidential knowledge, I could understand clearly the influence of the energy of Lord Sri Krishna, the creator, maintainer, and annihilator of everything. By knowing that, one can return to him and personally meet him.
Etat samsuchitam brahmam tapatraya chikitsitam yad ishvara bhagavati karma brahmani bhavitam.
O Brahmana, Vyasadeva, it is decided by the learned that the best remedial measure for removing all troubles and miseries is to dedicate one's activities to the service of the Supreme Lord, Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna.
Amayo yascha bhutanam jayate yena suvrata tad eva hai amayam dravyam napunate chikitsitam.
O good soul, does not a thing applied therapeutically cure a disease which was caused by that very same thing?
Evam narnam kriya yogaha sarva samsriti hetava ta evatma vinashaya kalpante kalpitavara.
Thus, when all a man's activities are dedicated to the service of the Lord, those very activities which caused his perpetual bondage become the destroyer of the tree of work.
Yat atra kriyate karma bhagavat paritosanam jnanam yat tad adinam hi bhakti yoga samanvitam.
Whatever work is done here in this life for the satisfaction of the mission of the Lord is called Bhakti Yoga, or transcendental loving service to the Lord, and what is called knowledge becomes a concomitant factor.
Please bear with me. I'll get us loading.
Thank you. Text 36. Kurvana yatra karmani bhagavat chikshaya shakrat grananti gunanamani krishnasyanushmaranti cha.
While performing duties according to the order of Sri Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, one constantly remembers him, his names, and his qualities.
Om Namo Bhagavate Tubhyam Vasudevaya Dhimahi Pratyumanayan Niruttaya Nama Sankarshanaya Cha.
Let us all chant the glories of Vasudeva along with his plenary expansions, Pradyumna, Aniruddha, and Sankarsana.
Iti murti abhitanena mantra murtim amurtikam yajate yagna purusham sasam yagdarshana puman.
Thus, he is the actual seer who worships, in the form of transcendental sound representation, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vishnu, who has no material form.
Imam swanikamam brahman evatyam mad anushtitam अदान् मे ज्ञानम् ऐश्वर्यम् स्वस्मिन् भावं च केशवः.
O Brahmana, thus by the Supreme Lord Krishna, I was endowed first with the transcendental knowledge of the Lord, as inculcated in the confidential parts of the Vedas, then with the spiritual opulences, and then with his intimate loving service.
Tvam api adat prashruta vishruta vitam pupuchitam prakyahi dukhe muhur arditam manam sanklesha nirvanam ushanti nanyata.
Please therefore describe the Almighty Lord's activities, which you have learned by your vast knowledge of the Vedas. That will satisfy the hankerings of great learned men, and at the same time mitigate the miseries of the masses of common people who are always suffering from material pangs. Indeed, there is no other way to get out of such miseries.
Hare Krishna. Sorry for my mistakes. Please accept my humble obeisances.
Thank you very much for your recitations, Mataji's. Beautiful recitations. Thank you. I'm just going to check and see if Prabhuji has arrived yet. He's not here as yet.
I'm here, Mataji. I'm here.
Oh, you are. Haribol. Thank you, Prabhuji. My humble obeisances. Thank you.